Welcome back, South Georgia. Welcome back. Well, today we are diving into something that impacts all of us, and that's how to truly understand what's on a nutrition label. So I am joined now by Sarah Parker Jones, a registered dietitian at Phoebe's Diabetes Resource Center, to help us understand this topic better. So welcome to Town and Country again. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
Good. All right. So this is one of the topics that really intrigued me because obviously I just want our viewers to eat healthy and just have that healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
So what is one of the first things that you personally look at when checking the label, and why?
Well, personally, like I said, when looking at a label, it's first you want to kind of keep in mind, like, what are my goals? What am I trying to lose weight? Am I trying to maintain weight?
Yeah.
Am I looking out for my blood sugars? Things like that. So, me personally, just kind of overall trying to eat healthy, I look at serving size and then calories per serving, just kind of to get that overall umbrella of what I'm having. And then again, depending on what purpose that food is going to serve, we'll look at either the protein content, the fiber content, and saturated fat. Those are two kind of highlighted things that I like to just take a peek at, but mainly like to stick to those foods that don't really have those nutrition labels.
Okay. Now, are you able to explain the difference between total carbohydrates, dietary fiber, and added sugars? Like, what is the difference between?
Yeah. So when you're looking at the label, especially if you are looking out for your blood sugars, not necessarily specific to diabetes, but total carbohydrates are when thinking of nutrients, we have fats, fiber, protein, carbohydrates. I like to throw in fiber.
Yeah.
But when so carbohydrate is that umbrella type of or nutrient, and then fiber and added sugar fall up under that.
Mm-hmm.
So fiber is going to be a type of carbohydrate that's not digested, that doesn't have an impact on your blood sugar.
Okay.
I wouldn't say not digested, but doesn't have an impact on our blood sugar. And then added sugar is any sugars that aren't naturally occurring in that food.
Okay, and I like that you mentioned that, and you actually brought us some props here so we can actually
so
see. And she literally brought two of my favorite drinks. This is not planned. By
the it just shows the added sugar, and I like to turn it upside down because it really kind of shows you the sugar is kind of up to the top. But just the amount of added sugar in a typical soda, and then a lot of times too.
Wait, I have to stop you because we don't consider this as soda. We consider this as medicine.
Yeah, so a lot of the times too, if you do have an upset stomach, there are other remedies than drinking the sugary ginger ale. But another thing too is this kind of a sneaky food is going to be things that are advertised as like health foods. A lot of the times labels can play with fonts, with colors, with themes, things like that to make it look a little healthier than it actually is. But looking at the naked drink, just the amount of sugar that you typically wouldn't have if you were to, say, sprinkle that on, say, in your coffee or something like that. That's not the amount that you would go for.
And when I drink those, I just know I'm healthy. But apparently, it's not healthy at all.
But again, you have to think of what that food or what the drink, what purpose that's serving.
Yeah.
It's when it comes to the foods that we're going to choose and how often we're going to have them, it's, again, keeping in mind our total health. Do you really love these? Or are you wanting to have it as a treat? Then it's perfectly fine to have every now and then. But like thinking that this is like the end all be all health food, then we might want to rethink.
Got it.
Think what we're having.
All right. So there's something on the nutrition label. It's the percentage daily value. So can you help us understand what that actually is? Yeah,
so that is just a breakdown of the nutrients based on a 2,000 calorie diet. I'm not sure if you look at a label, kind of at the bottom, it says all of these are based on a 2,000 calorie diet.
Okay.
So it takes the grams or milligrams, whichever that unit is for that nutrient, it takes it and it divides it into a percentage of the 2,000 calorie diet. Not everybody needs to eat 2,000 calories. So I always say look at the grams versus the percentage, because it's more personalizable. You can personalize it more to you if you look at the grams versus the percentage.
The grams versus the percentage.
Yes.
And then also you said to eat in moderation or drink in moderation.
Yeah, so when it comes to healthy eating in general, my two favorite words are mindfulness and moderation. or being mindful about the choices that you're going to make, about the foods that are going to be on your plate. And if it's not going to be so mindful, then have that in moderation. That way you can still enjoy that more so treat food and not suffer the consequences of having it in excess.
Got it. Well, thank you so much for this well-needed conversation.
Of course,
and this lesson. I really appreciate it. It was great. Awesome. And we'll have all this information posted on our website at WALB.com. But don't you go away just yet. Coming up, the upcoming Bezos wedding is receiving major backlash. Find out why, when, and when we return. Our trending news is next.